Welcome, and thank you so much for being here today. We are so excited to announce the opening of our new young adult shelter, and I just couldn't start this day without first thanking our partners, the State Commerce, the City of Spokane, and the Spokane County. It was a collaboration of all of those efforts that brought this here today. This will house 44 young people, age 18 to 24. And the exciting piece of this is that we're located literally across the street from Spokane Community College. We know the importance for these young people to have access to educational pathways. And without that, we will never get ahead of a preventative model to end adult chronic homelessness in our community. So this is our first step as a community to say that we believe in these young people. We believe in what they can do and their strength and resiliency in this community, and we're going to invest in them the same way that any young person in our community would be invested in, by creating educational pathways, the supports that they need so they can be strong community members, live in the community, and give back and build a strong workforce that we can just be really proud of in Spokane. I also want to thank the Women's Hearth, who allowed us to temporarily be in their location for the last few months while we got this property ready, and also the staff at the Hope House that took the young women that are 18 to 24. We look forward to the full remodel of this building, but in the interim, we will be moving in December 1st, and want to thank the community for the support of this.
Well, moving into this permanent place really marks an important milestone in our work to make homelessness rare, brief, and non-recurring. A year and a half ago, we announced a plan to fundamentally shift how we transition people out of homelessness. The regional plan was based on the Continuum of Care 5-year plan. It focused on steps that we would take to enhance our system and make it more efficient. Opening the young adult shelter in its permanent location really is the final piece of that plan that we announced back in July of 2020. When the doors open here December 1st, welcoming individuals 18 to 24 years old, it'll mark the next step in a journey that began with Spokane County, Spokane Valley, coming together with the City of Spokane as a collaborative applicant with the Department of Commerce and one of their grants to operate a space specifically for young adults. Since securing that grant, the partners have also committed funds to purchase and renovate this building into something that will be part of a campus dedicated with wraparound services and access to technical training, all away from the concentration of chronic homelessness in our downtown core. Collaboration with our regional funding organizations is vitally important. But we could not be here without the partnership, the vision, and the compassion of Volunteers of America. This organization, which also serves youth under the age of 18 and adult women, is perfectly suited with the right expertise to make a difference in a critical stage in an individual's life. I am so thankful for Fawn Schott and her team for keeping the dream of a young adult shelter moving, for working alongside us to find a great space outside of downtown. So we owe a huge thank to Spokane County and the commissioners, Mary Cuney and her colleagues, Commissioners Al French and Josh Kearns, for suggesting this location and for stepping forward without hesitation to partner on this very important project. The Young Adult Shelter is the third significant homelessness partnership between the county, the valley, and the City of Spokane in the past year and a half, not including the work we have all done together to meet sheltering needs during the COVID pandemic. The investments we've made as a region to improve predictability for young men and women, adult men and women, add a service-intensive bridge housing program, and now a young adult space is just the beginning of the impact that we have made by working together regionally. Finally, I'd like to thank Spokane Community College for enthusiastically embracing this concept of a young adult shelter in close proximity to the trade and technical education that the school offers. We are excited to have Lori Hunt here, Provost, with us today, and she'll be speaking too. While we celebrate resources dedicated to young adults, we're also starting a ripple effect for all adults. The 44 individuals that we are moving out of a low-barrier shelter frees up capacity for others to come in behind. The plan we announced a year and a half ago focuses on efficiency and outcomes, and it has 4 parts. Establish contracts that flex to meet varying needs and provide predictability for providers and individuals who use those resources. Contracts were established with Truth Ministries and the Guardians Foundation in August and September of this year for that purpose. Individualized case management and housing support. The Way Out Center, operated by the Salvation Army, will open next month. Establish a young adult space with services and case management. That's what we are celebrating today, the opening of the young adult shelter in its permanent location. And engage regional partners to better leverage resources. The accomplishments I just mentioned were accomplished through continuous regional discussion that has been happening the last 18 months. The Young Adult Shelter is the second project that has come to completion in the past few weeks that meet a specific need and adds capacity back into the total system. It's also the final check next to each of those action items I mentioned. Advancements of this magnitude take time to develop. That's why work and planning have already gone into the next evolution of our plan. That includes capital investments in the VOA Crosswalk project. Very excited for that. The ongoing operation of the Cannon Street Shelter and the Way Out Center. A proposed new low-barrier shelter outside of our downtown core. A capital contribution for a rapid rehousing project. And discussions with private sector partners about how to better engage them as partners in this regional efforts. As regional partners, we've accomplished a lot over the past year and a half. That progress has prepared us to take the next steps together to provide those individualized services and build the types of housing that transition people out of homelessness. So thank you to all the partners for your commitment and support.
You know, ever since I came into homeless services a few years ago, I kept hearing 18 to 24 is a gap, 18 to 24 is a gap. And, but it was a gap that nobody at the time really knew how to fill. And having this opportunity and being able to move into this location and utilize the services that we'll have available here is unique and, you know, a first time experience for this community and this population. And it gives young people the opportunity to have a little bit of a gap, a little bit of a breather. You know, the most popular, my boss, Bridget Cannon, likes to say the most popular form of transitional housing in the United States of America is dorms, right? And who does that happen with? That happens with 18 to 24-year-olds. So we're giving these young people the opportunity to have that same, well, not quite the same experience, but a similar experience in having a gap, a transition, instead of walking down the street to the adult shelters. We wanted 44 beds because the data was telling us that that's what we needed in this community. That's what the unsheltered numbers were. And right now we're seeing about 30 unsheltered young people coming in and using our services nightly in our interim location. So we can only imagine what that number is gonna be like once we move into this this facility with all the beds located in one spot. And we're so excited to be out of downtown, and there's just a difference between being on 2nd and 3rd Avenue and stepping out the door and having negative influences available to stepping out the door and having a community college. I couldn't, you know, there isn't a bigger transition or a bigger difference that we could ask for. So we're so thankful for everyone who took the time and took the effort to make this happen for this community. And, you know, the list is very long. But, you know, on that list is Lori Hunt from Spokane Community College, who I'd love to invite up now.
Good afternoon. I need to do this. This is a great opportunity to move our new neighbors in next door to Spokane Community College, and we look forward to minimizing the distractions that our current youth face downtown. We know that they have voiced their concerns of safety, and I think this is going to be a great location for the youth to be. Spokane Community College looks forward to connecting students to career and transfer pathways for continued education. The variety of options that we have across the street will benefit students greatly, and it's going to impact the community. And so recognizing this collective impact in this partnership and the relationships that Spokane Community College has created with Volunteers of America is really showing a great example of how we can work together to uplift our community. And so with that, we welcome our new neighbors to our neighborhood. So thank you.
We would like to take this opportunity to answer any questions that anybody might have.
Yeah, could you elaborate a little bit more on what the plans are long-term for this facility in terms of the renovation and that sort of thing?
Absolutely. This building will do slight renovations in the existing space, but we will be adding on about 1,200 square feet that will incorporate all-inclusive gender-neutral bathrooms, 4 restrooms, a commercial kitchen area, and a dining area, so that we can build this as a 24/7 operation where case management, housing support services, and direct educational linkages to the community college will all be offered right here. Additionally, we are in final funding stages for the capital of our new crosswalk development that is literally across the street on Mission. We believe that we will be fully funded with all of our commitments at the first of the year, meaning that we will be doing pre-development, construction bidding, and anticipate having construction start fall of this next year. So within the next 18 months, not only will we have a young adult shelter serving 18 to 24, but additionally, the Crosswalk Teen Shelter will move to Mission directly across the street, serving 13 to 17, and adding a second floor of single room occupancy shelter beds for young people who are engaged in the educational system, either high school or Running Start or at SCC, to allow them to stabilize and have a safe place to be while they finish their education.
Had the plan always been to move in here while renovations take place, or was this a move that was necessitated by the demand in the community?
That's a really good question. No, we anticipated waiting to move in until we had the full renovations done. Because of construction delays and all the things that you have to do in this world and market of workforce, the construction is going to just take a little bit longer than we anticipated. So therefore, we knew we were going to have about a 6-month window where this building would be empty, so we wanted to maximize the number of young people that could get services and get them in this building now. So we will be temporarily located here. We may be able to stay during the renovations, or we may have to find a temporary location for a couple months while they finish.
Was the concern just going into the winter that young adults would be sleeping on the street or in an adult shelter for an extended period of time, if not for this facility being open? And if so, can you explain why that's so important to keep them in a young adult shelter, not elsewhere?
Yeah, it's absolutely a concern for our entire community, all of our electeds, and certainly all of us at VOA, that young people have a place to be. They need a place to sleep, they need a place to shower, they need a place for healthy relationships and supports that help guide them on a path and a journey forward. So to leave any young person out on the street when we had an opportunity to bring them indoors and start that engagement process, it was very important to us to maximize the beds. So we made the choice to temporarily move here. Without having those beds, even though we could have 30 young people in our temporary locations, that's still 15. And 15 is not acceptable in our community to have sleeping on the street. So it was very important to us. We are excited to bring them in without without the pathway and without that relationship building, it's just another system failure. And we want to make sure that our young people know that they have systems here to help them on their journey forward.
Did the grant pay for just the operations funding, or does it pay for capital and operations?
So this is, as Mayor had mentioned, this is a very collaborative effort. So the State Commerce Grants pays partially for capital, but also operations. Additionally, the city has contributed some operation dollars to make that project whole, and capital, and the county also added capital. So again, very collective.
Can you talk with us a little bit about, I think Gus mentioned it, you guys are really filling these gaps for when someone ages out and they're in that transitional period, about how they're not going to these shelters where they're seeing older people, this is kind of their pathway that they're on, but they're seeing kids around their age, they're talking about their goals to get out of this, and just how you're really looking to bridge that gap and fill that need.
Absolutely. Young people are so strong and so resilient. And I will just add that if a young person has experienced homelessness, what it takes for them to survive in that environment is astronomical, and we need to just lift them up, and we need to help them take those strengths and be their best self. What we absolutely do not want is for a young person to either have to make a choice to live under a bridge or to go to an adult shelter where they just see themselves as that's my future, right? We want young people to be in a space where they know they have a future, where they can talk about their goals, where they can sit with staff and case managers to set some plans and work diligently towards those plans step by step each day, where someone is cheering them on, where someone's walking beside them. And that's what this space is designed for. We don't want a young person to say, I experienced homelessness, I'm going to a shelter, this is the rest of my life. We want them to say, I have experienced homelessness, I am a strong human being, and I can succeed, and I have the supports I need to change my pathway.
Thank you so much.